Hey, we're Montgomery Gentry, saluting all of our servicemen and women posted throughout the world.
We join millions of our fellow Americans in thanking you for your willingness to protect freedom. Keep up the great work and stay safe. Who was our biggest musical influences? We got a bunch of them.
A bunch of them. Growing up in the clubs and everything, we've played to like the Charlie Daniels, Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, Waylon Willie, Merle Haggard, Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, Aerosmith. I mean, there's so many different influences that touched us growing up in the clubs. And from time to time, listening to the music, you can probably figure out who they are.
Yeah, most definitely. It's kind of take them all and stir them up in a pot, and then you come out with MG.
There you go.
If three people to have over for dinner, man, golly, I don't know. Well, first, I reckon musically wise, Jimi Hendrix, I like to have that because I'd just like to hear him, maybe play some Red House or Purple Haze and just, maybe write a song with him. That'd be kind of cool.
I'd like to have Elvis come over to the house, get some tips from the king.
General George Patton, because I'd like to see what he thinks about today's politic world, and how he thinks that maybe we can take this war on and get it finished, and get it done. I'd like to know what he thinks about that and how to protect America as far as that is from terrorists.
Shoot, I don't know. I have to stay with musical again. Have Hank Sr. come over. He was a big influence in our music and everything else. It'd be really cool to sit down and chat with him about the old days and the old school ways, traveling up and down in cars and how they got from town to town with all the gear and everything and the small vehicles they had.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. And then another one, I'd have to have Marilyn Monroe just because we can. It's like, who'd you eat with last night? Marilyn Monroe.
That would be very cool to have Marilyn Monroe.
Of course,
I have to go with you on that one.
My wife might get a little pissed off, but it's like, honey, it's Marilyn Monroe.
That's exactly right. I'm going with Marilyn Monroe too.
I know my favorite way to unwind. Me and you both. We love the outdoors, and so I mean, as much as we travel and stuff, definitely spending time with the family, and getting outdoors because we're, even though it's a very nice bus and way we travel and stuff, when you get locked up in there, sometimes you want to get out and just get some fresh air and just get out in the woods.
Definitely get stir crazy. Yeah, get home with the family and chill out with them a little bit, and get out in the woods. I love the outdoors where you can get away from work and just stress relief. No cell phones, no fax machines or nothing. Just get out there with Mother Nature.
Cartoon character, if I could be any, I can't think of his name, but he was on Looney Tunes, I reckon. He was the wolf, the country wolf, he's always, hey, Billy, 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 and he was a school teacher at one time, and all the kids.
How'd he go?
Billy, Billy, Billy. He was real country. He was a lazy wolf, man, He was a laid-back wolf.
What'd he say?
Billy, Billy, Billy. But, I remember one time he was a school teacher on there, and everybody kept shooting him in the back with arrows, and he turned around and go, real funny, man, real funny. And I just thought he was cool, so cool.
He was cool, and I can't remember his name either.
I can't. I wish I could. I wish I could find the cartoons of him because I'd like to watch him.
I'll see if I can do that. Help you out there, buddy. If I had to be any cartoon character, I don't know. It'd kind of be a throw-up. I'd like to be probably Batman. I've always been a big Batman fan growing up, so.
As long as I don't have to wear them green tights.
Oh, trust me, you would not be in green tights. I promise. I'm going with Batman.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, the name of the album, something to be proud of. Of course, we can't think of all of our heroes, man, overseas right now. Yeah. We can't thank them enough, and all our heroes past and present. And, this is the greatest country in the world. We can say and be and do anything we want to in this great country. And it's just, hopefully we can give them a little music, that maybe might, can help them through a day or whatever, we can do, any part that we can do for them. But just the music on the album, it comes from our hearts, it's what we grew up on, what we were influenced on, and we're going to sing about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the party on the weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long 6 years. Well, not long 6 years. It seems like it just started yesterday, but we've put a lot of time on the road and in the studios and everything to create the music Montgomery Gentry has. And we felt it was only fit when we did a best of to call it something to be proud of because of all the blood, sweat, and tears that's gone into our music.
Yeah, and the thing about it is to even let our heroes even know more. We let our our fans and stuff and everybody out there in America named the album. So which was really, really cool. So, and everybody that definitely comes to see our shows definitely, backs our heroes 100%. And so we had over 10,000 entries. And, I mean, it was basically, something to be proud of is what they come up with. So that was totally, totally awesome. Great experiences. Something that I'll never forget. One of them for sure, meeting our heroes and playing with them. But one thing is playing on the Grand Ole Opry, cutting Waylon Jennings, last album, No Rules album, and him introducing us to come out and sing a song with him. I mean, that's something that, new artists will never have a chance to do that, that were Waylon influenced them and stuff. We had that opportunity to do that and play with a legend and play with, somebody that we just grew up, was a hero, man. And so I think that's to me, I'll never forget that. And that's something I'll be able to tell, hope my grandchildren and on down and on down and on down.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights in the career as Montgomery Gentry. And probably the second one, probably winning our first award, because you dream. I grew up watching the award shows and everything else and remembering how great it would be to be able not only to do this for a living on this level, but to take home an award. So probably winning our first award would be the second one.
Also hearing our song probably the first time on radio, being somewhere and hearing it, that was pretty cool.
Pretty cool, too.
The song, I reckon it means most to me on the greatest hits, probably still going to have to be Hillbilly Shoes. Yeah, because we were coming to town and, you can't tell somebody who you are. And we're trying to explain it to them, and they were playing us a lot of love songs, and I mean, pretty sappy stuff. And we were like, how are we going to explain it to them? And finally, we took them out and invited them to come listen to us play music one night. It's like, all right, this is our band. This is us. This is who we are. And we actually found the song at about 3:30 in the morning at a party. And they put Hillbilly Shoes in, and it's like, man, that's who we are. That's who we are. Right there is who we are. And so I reckon that's, that kind of got
Hillbilly Shoes has to be it, because it was the one that broke the ground for Montgomery Gentry here in Nashville and gave us our start. We've achieved a lot as Montgomery Gentry in the last 6 years. So I guess the next thing that I would like to go and achieve for my next one would be to take back the Brooks and Dunn Award. To win that again one more time from them would be my next goal.
For me, I think it's, how everybody goes into honky tonks or somewhere and they'll go over to a jukebox and put a quarter in, or $1 or $5 or whatever, how much they are now. I should say CD jukeboxes now. But you always go over and you always, no matter what jukebox or where you're at in the world, you'll always see a Charlie Daniels song, a Merle Haggard song, a Waylon and Willie song, a Leonard Skinner, and a Allman Brothers. 20 years from now, if we could walk in someplace and go over to the jukebox and see our name in the middle of there somewhere, or hear a band play one of our songs, then we can look at each other and go like, you know what, we've done something. And so I'd like to definitely get to that point. If we can just have our name in there somewhere.
Hey, we're Montgomery Gentry, and this is our brand new video, She Don't Tell Me To.